Welcome to Agoracom Small Cap Breaking News, your daily go-to source for the best small cap headlines for over 65 million investors since 2007. We've got a really packed deep dive today. A stack of significant breaking news releases just hit the wire from the small cap resource sector.
That's right. We're focusing on North America gold exploration, some critical minerals milestones too, key technical updates.
Exactly, and we're going to cut through the noise, focus purely on the quantitative stuff.
That's the mission for you, the learner. It's all about the numbers that de-risk these projects, the grades, the widths, the recovery.
We're looking for those assay results that really make you sit up and take notice.
Those aha moments in the data, the things that compel investors to dig deeper. Absolutely.
Okay, let's dive right in. First stop, the Pacific Northwest, Provenance Gold Core, symbol PAU on the CSE.
PAU, got it.
Headline reads, Provenance Gold extends mineralization at Oregon project with new high-grade zone. This is their Eldorado Gold Project out in eastern Oregon.
Okay, Eldorado. And what they hit?
Well, this step-out drill hole, ED29, it's pretty significant. Two key things. First, the scale. It returned a massive intercept. 1.56 grams of gold per ton over 254.51 meters.
Wow, 254 meters. That's a huge interval.
And get this, right from surface. Plus, it ended still in mineralization.
Right from surface. Okay, that immediately screams, potential for bulk tonnage, maybe an open pit scenario with a low strip ratio. That's a big deal economically. And ending in mineralization.
Yeah.
Always good news.
But it gets better. Inside that broad zone, that's where the headline about the new high grade comes in.
Okay, so a high grade kicker within the bulk. What kind of grades are we talking?
They identified this newly found high grade zone. It graded 5.94 grams per ton gold over 19.81 meters.
Okay, almost 6 grams over nearly 20 meters. That's strong.
And within that, an even richer core, 20.33 grams per ton over 4.57 meters.
20 grams over 4.5 meters. Okay, now that really pops. So what's the so what here?
Well, like you said, it confirms that potential for bulk tonnage, but now combined with this high-grade feeder system, it's at the southern end of things.
Right. So that combination gives them real development optionality, doesn't it? You've got scale and grade. That's often the magic combination.
Exactly. And the system's still open in all directions. Provenance's chairman, Ryan Pertu, he was quoted saying, "This is a pivotal hole." You can see why.
Yeah, pivotal seems spot on. That blend is what attracts serious attention. Okay, interesting start with PAU.
All right, let's shift gears. We're moving from gold exploration in Oregon down south to Nevada. Different challenge here, not just finding it, but processing a critical mineral. Nev Gold Corp, symbol NAU on the TSXV.
NAU, Nevada, critical minerals.
All right.
Are we talking antimony again?
You got it. Headline. NevGold reports up to 85% antimony recovery at Nevada project, advancing gold antimony development path. This is from their Limo Butte project.
Limousine Butte, right. Antimony is a U.S. designated critical mineral, so recovery is key. What did the tests show?
Pretty impressive results from their phase 2 leach test work. They were specifically looking at recovering antimony, alongside the gold potential there.
And the numbers?
They recovered up to 85% of the antimony from the lower grade material that was around 0.13% Sp.
85% from low grade. That's actually really good for antimony. It could be tricky.
And it got even better with higher grade samples, around 4.67% Sp. There, they recovered up to 92%.
92%. Okay, so the recovery holds up across a decent grade range. What about the gold? Did leaching the antimony mess with the gold recovery?
That's the crucial part. They reported minimal to no impact on gold recovery. So it really supports this combined gold antimony concept they're developing.
Okay. That dual metal approach is definitely interesting. Technical de-risking seems pretty robust there, holding up from 0.1% all the way to, 8.5% B in the tests?
Yeah, across a wide range. And the CEO mentioned the 71% to 85% recovery from the low-grade material actually exceeded expectations.
Good stuff. So management's plan is for an acid-leaching flow sheet, aiming for on-site metal production.
That's the plan. Why is that specific approach, the on-site production, so important strategically right now?
Well, that's a really key piece of de-risking, actually. Think about it. Most antimony processing happens overseas, right? Creates big supply chain risks, geopolitical headaches, especially for a critical mineral the U.S. needs.
Right. Bottlenecks.
Exactly. So, by proving they can potentially produce the metal on-site with their own flow sheet, NevGold basically sidesteps a lot of that international processing dependence and risk.
Okay, makes sense.
Yeah, it not only could lower future costs, but it aligns perfectly with U.S. strategic goals for critical minerals. Makes the project way more attractive for, say, domestic funding or partnerships. It's a smart technical move with big strategic implications.
Got it. So NAU is making moves on the processing front. Okay, let's head over the border now into Arizona. West Point Gold Corp, symbol WPG on the TSXV.
WPG Arizona, Gold Chain Project, right?
That's the one. Focus here is extending near-surface gold, but they're also getting ready to test deeper. Headline. West Point Gold extends near-surface mineralization at Arizona Project, readies deeper tests at NE Tyro.
Okay, so near surface first. What are the latest results there?
Well, they're building towards a maiden resource plan for 2026. This latest hole, GC2577, hit 24.4 meters, grading 1.63 grams per ton gold. And it was shallow, less than 30 meters below surface.
1.63 over 24 meters near surface. Decent. Helps build those open pittable ounces. Anything higher grade within that?
Yep, included a 3.0 meter interval of 7.14 grams per ton.
Okay, 7 grams over 3 meters. Nice little pop there. So good continuity near the surface helps pad the resource numbers for 27.
Right. But you mentioned the deeper tests. Seems like that might be the bigger catalyst here.
Well, yeah, I mean, establishing those shallow ounces is fundamental. It anchors the potential starter pit, the initial economics. But the real excitement, the potential game changer for WPG is probably in the drilling they're doing right now.
Which is targeting deeper extensions.
Exactly. They're following up on some really spectacular older intercepts deeper down. Like, remember hole GC2549? That hit 30.48 meters at a stunning 9.05 grams per ton gold.
Whoa, okay, 30 meters at 9 grams. That's a different league. So hitting more of that at depth would be huge.
Absolutely huge. If they can confirm extensions of that kind of high-grade mineralization deeper down, it could materially improve the project's overall economics, the resource quality, everything.
So it's sort of a two-pronged strategy then.
Precisely. The near-surface stuff de-risks the initial development, provides potential early ounces for an open pit. But success confirming that high grade at depth, that could suggest a much larger, higher quality, longer life project. It's about building both tonnage and quality. Smart approach.
Okay, WPG balancing near-surface continuity with high-grade upside potential. Let's head way north now, up to Alaska. Free Gold Ventures Limited. That's FVL on the main TSX board.
This one's already a monster, right? One of the biggest undeveloped resources in North America.
It is. Sitting on 17.2 million ounces indicated already, the headline confirms they're still building. Free Gold's latest drilling at Golden Summit strengthens case for scale and grade.
Always good to see continued success at these big development projects. What did the latest hole GS2523 show?
It really reinforces the scale, like you said. Hit another very broad interval, 1.24 grams per ton, gold over 277.1 meters.
Almost 280 meters at over a gram. That's serious thickness, adds tons. Is there high grade within that too?
Yes, contained a high-grade chute they're targeting in the Dolphin Zone. 3.63 grams per ton, gold over 45.4 meters.
Okay, over 3.5 grams for 45 meters. Nice. For a project this big, heading towards a pre-feasibility study, or PFS, those two things, thickness and grade, are exactly what you need to demonstrate.
Why those two specifically at the PFS stage?
Well, the thickness confirms the overall tonnage potential, the sheer scale of the resource you can potentially mine over decades. But the high-grade zones, like that 45 meters, they provide the potential for higher margin ounces early in the mine life. That's crucial for generating faster cash flow to pay back the initial, pretty hefty construction costs for a project like this. This result delivers on both fronts.
Makes sense. Now, Golden Summit is a big sulfide system. Sometimes those can present metallurgical challenges, right? Getting the gold out?
That's a very important point, and Free Gold seems to be actively tackling that. A key part of de-risking for them is nailing down the metallurgy.
What are they doing there?
They're focusing on proven methods for sulfide ores, specifically oxidation options like BOX or pressure oxidation POX. These are established techniques to liberate gold from refractory sulfide minerals.
And have they shown good results?
Yeah, the key thing is that their prior test work using these methods has already shown really high recoveries, often greater than 90%.
Over 90% recovery.
Right, so continuing to confirm that they have viable high recovery processing options, that flow sheet flexibility, it's absolutely critical for investor confidence as they move towards that expensive PFS stage. It shows they can likely get the gold out efficiently.
Okay, so FBL is adding tons, adding grade, and importantly, confirming the processing path. Solid progress. All right, final stop. Let's swing back down to Nevada. Big name region here. The Cortez Trend. Westward Gold Inc., CSE symbol WG.
WG Cortez Trend. Okay, elephant country for gold deposits. What's the news?
Headline: Westward Gold identifies new Carlin-type gold zone in Nevada, expands 2025 drilling at Toyabe Hills.
A new Carlin-type zone. That's always intriguing in that neighborhood. What are the initial results?
Early results from their Campfire target complex, hole CF2504, confirmed a new zone. It graded 10.7 meters of 0.94 grams per ton gold.
Okay, almost a gram over nearly 11 meters.
And that included a sharper bit, 3.1 meters at 2.50 grams per ton. Solid first pass numbers, but talking to people, it seems the grade isn't the main story here. Not yet, anyway.
Interesting. So if it's not the grade itself, what is the big takeaway from this drilling for WG?
It sounds like it's all about validating the geological model. Finding gold is good, obviously, but proving you have the right setting for a major Carlin-type deposit. That's the crucial step at this stage.
Ah, okay.
Yeah.
So did they hit the right rocks, the right alteration?
Exactly. The drilling confirmed they intersected the key host rocks, the lower plate carbonates, specifically the Wenban Formation, which hosts giants nearby. And they saw the classic Carlin-style alteration fingerprints, decalcification, plus elevated arsenic, antimony, mercury, the whole geochemical signature.
Right, hitting the wind band and seeing that specific geochemical halo. Now, that's huge. It means they've likely tapped into the right plumbing system for a potentially large deposit.
Yeah.
It validates the concept.
That seems to be the view. Director Kelly Kluwer was quoted saying that seeing the gold and that specific geochemical signature was precisely what we've been hoping to see at this early stage.
Yeah, you bet. Finding the right address is the first major hurdle. It tells you you're in the right district, the right rocks, seeing the right kind of mineralizing fluids went through.
And they mapped this alteration in geochemistry over a massive footprint, apparently. 1.6 kilometers by 1.0 kilometers.
Whoa, okay, 1.6 by 1 kilometer. That speaks to the potential scale here. That's a very large footprint for this kind of system to be operating in.
So what does that imply for their next steps?
It means this initial framework drilling campaign was a success. It established the potential for a district-scale system. So the strategy for, say, 2026 isn't just poking holes randomly anymore. It's about systematically tightening up the drill spacing within that big footprint, targeting specific structural zones where you'd expect higher grades to concentrate.
Yeah.
They found the boiler room. Now they start the detailed hunt for the high-grade steam pipes, so to speak.
Yeah.
It's methodical exploration based on validating that geological model.
A really systematic approach based on confirming the fundamentals first.
Okay, that's a fantastic run-through of some key technical updates. So wrapping up, we saw Provenance Gold, PAU, hitting that massive intercept from surface with high-grade inside in Oregon, Nev Gold, NAU, showing great antimony recovery in Nevada, crucial for on-site processing potential. Then West Point Gold, WPG, building near-surface ounces in Arizona while chasing those exciting deeper high-grade targets. Free Gold, FEL, adding scale and grade in Alaska, importantly backed by strong metallurgy for their PFS push.
Right.
And finally, Westward Gold, WG, validating the geological model for a potentially huge Carlin-type system in Nevada, setting the stage for a more focused grade hunt.
Yeah, it's a great snapshot. This stream of data really underscores how exploration, especially in the small cap space now, is laser focused on de-risking. It's about simplifying the path to potential development.
So for you, the listener, for you, the key takeaways today really revolve around, I think, two things. Confirmation of continuity, seeing those grades and widths hang together, like with PAU, WPG, and FEL, and the simplification of processing, like we saw with NAU's antimony work and FEL's sulfide metallurgy. Those are the kinds of technical wins that build real value and attract capital.
Absolutely.
Which, leads us to maybe a final provocative thought for you to chew on. As you watch these projects, and others like them, move forward from these exploration successes towards, hopefully, economic studies, what's going to be the bigger hurdle over the next, say, 3 to 5 years? Is it going to be the technical challenge of actually converting all that geological potential into properly defined mineable reserves? Or will the tougher battle be navigating the permitting process and, crucially, securing the significant capital needed to actually build something? Where does the biggest risk lie now, geology and engineering, or permits and finance? The answer often dictates how fast these stories truly unfold.